Hello everybody, welcome to episode number 34 of Driftless Knitting. My name is Jennifer and you can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as Driftless Knitter, and you can find the podcast group on Ravelry if you search for Driftless Knitting under the groups tab. I have been really bad lately about posting anything on Ravelry. It's been ridiculous. I don't think I've put a thread out since episode number 30. And usually the threads on Ravelry are kind of my own little version of show notes. I'll link to people I talk about, patterns that I'm doing, and yarn that I'm using, things like that. But I don't know, lately, the last couple episodes I feel like have been snuck in here and there whenever I can podcast. And I either don't have the motivation to put something up on Ravelry or I don't have the time. So let's hope that maybe episode 34 is a little bit different. We'll see. So I'm coming to you from southeastern Minnesota, as always, and it's a Tuesday afternoon. It's about 4:30 in the afternoon, so the sun is kind of behind a cloud, I think. It's been raining on and off all day today and yesterday, so yeah, the clouds are hiding the sun at times, so apologies if the lighting isn't that great, but yeah, we'll do our best here. It's been so nice the last couple days weather-wise. Oh my gosh. I know I talk about the weather a lot, but I kind of find it fascinating. I like hearing about where other people live, and I think it's fascinating listening to people who live in the southern hemisphere talking about, you know, right now it's winter there, and it just blows my mind. So I like hearing about what's going on in everybody's neck of the woods, and so that's why I talk about the weather here. It's been nice and cool, I would say in the 70s, sun shining when it's not raining, I guess, and just not much humidity. It's just been lovely. So I spent the last couple days at the farm with Seaver. I just drove back today, so that's why I'm not looking that put together. I was in the car for a couple hours and got home a few hours ago. Got unpacked, put away all my stuff, and yeah, decided that it was a good enough time to do a podcast, so here I am. But this weekend was good. We had Father's Day there, and unfortunately we were at Seaver's grandpa's funeral on Father's Day. He passed away about, really loud car. He passed away about a week and a half ago, maybe 2 weeks, coming up on 2 weeks, and it was expected, but it was still, of course, emotional, and the service was fabulous. There was so much. Oh my gosh, are they gonna mow? Hang on one second. People always decide to mow the lawn when I'm podcasting. Hopefully, you can still hear it a little bit, but hopefully it won't be that bad. So anyway, I was saying that the service was really nice. There was just so many funny stories and so much laughter and talking about, you know, his grandpa's life, and yeah, it was a good day, even though it was a sad day. So that's what we did. Also, Seaver started a new job, so he's been kind of getting into the rhythm of that, and we're in a bit of a transitional period right now, but all good things, and I will tell you all more about that when things are figured out. So yeah, but let's get into some of the knitting content today. I don't have a whole lot to talk about, actually, so this might be kind of a shorter podcast, but I will show you a couple new things that I haven't shown off quite yet. So I don't really have much of a work in progress. I've been working a little bit here and there on my Find Your Fade by Andrea Mowry, and I've been working like 1 or 2 rows on my Brewers cowl, which is like a scoreboard cowl keeping track of the Brewers season, baseball season. But the work in progress I was working on the most lately, I just finished this morning, so it gets to be a finished object. And that is these adorable little socks. Oh my gosh. So I posted this one on my Instagram feed a couple of days ago because I could not get over the cuteness. Oh my gosh. Look how tiny that is. I mean, it's like, oh my gosh, it's so tiny. My hands are small too though, so I don't know why I'm comparing them to my hands. It doesn't give you a very good idea of how small they are, but these are the newborn socks from the pattern Baby Socks by Kate Atherley, and this is a free pattern on Ravelry. And Kate Atherley is like a sock magician. She has a couple of books out, I believe, on socks and a bunch of patterns, and this just so happens to be her free baby sock pattern. They come in 3 sizes. This is the smallest size, the newborn, and they also come in a 6-month size and a 9 to 12-month size. So you have a little bit of option if your baby is not this small anymore. I knit these actually as a shop sample and as a sample for a class. Oh, excuse the mowing sounds. I'm so sorry. There's not much I can do about it though, besides going out there and yelling at him. And I'm pretty sure my reasoning for wanting him to stop would not make him stop. I'm trying to film a podcast in here. Come on. Anyway, so I knit these to be a sample for a class. I taught a class on this on Saturday, and at the yarn shop that I work at. And so I did this one for the class, and then I started this one at the class so that I could kind of walk through the pattern with them and give them, you know, just kind of show them how different parts of the sock was worked. So I just finished that this morning. I didn't get a whole lot of knitting time over the weekend, so Saturday night, Sunday, Monday, most of today I haven't really knit, which is why I don't have that much done. But this cute little sock is finished. My end there is not woven in yet, but that's okay. This one isn't blocked at all. This one I steamed, which is why it looks a little flatter and bigger. This part gets really like sucked in. It looks so tiny. It's like, how can a baby's leg fit in there? But obviously the ribbing stretches out quite a bit, and then when it's blocked a little bit, it kind of makes a little more sense. Still, it's small. If, well, I should say that since the class is over, I get to keep these. Of course, it was my yarn from my stash, but I will be giving these to my college roommate who is having a baby boy this winter. So that was kind of 2 birds with 1 stone. I got to teach a class and I got to knit a little baby present. So yeah, I'm really excited about these. But I was saying that if the baby is at all, you know, above average size when it's born, when he's born, he will not fit into these tiny little socks. So I'm going to make a size up just in case, so that, yeah, he'll at least be able to fit in his present. Because honestly, like, he will grow out of these within like a day. They're so ridiculously small, but they're so freaking cute. And they take like an hour to do one of them, an hour and a half tops, if you're like just sitting and knitting. Yeah, it didn't take me long at all. So that's really exciting. And I do want to do some other colors, a couple different sizes, and just make a little, you know, box for her. I'm going to be making some other things too for her baby, but this is definitely going to be thrown into the baby shower gift. I'm so excited! Amber, my college roommate who is having the baby, was my first ever college friend. We met at our freshman orientation, and I'm such an introvert that I was really worried about making friends in college. And when we were at our orientation, Amber was on crutches. She had hurt her knee and had to have stitches and had it wrapped up, and so she was walking on crutches and was the very last in line when we were taking our campus tour. And she seemed very nice. She had we had all gone around and introduced ourselves in the orientation class the first day. And she seemed very nice to me, so I'm like, okay, she seems like someone I could talk to. And then she was last in line because she was walking slow with her crutches, and I said to myself, okay, you're going to go back there, you're going to talk to her because no one else was like waiting for her or anything. And I said, you're going to introduce yourself, and you're going to make small talk, and you're going to make a friend. And so I did. We started chatting, and we found out we had a lot in common. And she was my friend, obviously for the rest of the year. And then we decided to move in with another friend and get an apartment for the rest of, for the next year for college. And we lived together for the next 3 years. And then the other girl that we moved in with was Elizabeth, and she is one of my other best college friends. And Elizabeth and I lived together for 4 years. So, yeah. So all that came out of just sucking it up and talking to someone I didn't know, which is really hard for me to do, but I did it, and I got a really good friend out of it. So, and these are going to her little baby that she's going to have. I can't believe time has just flown by. I feel like I was just there on the Winona State campus, 18 years old, scared out of my mind, and here I am, almost 10 years later. Oh my gosh. Anyway. And then I wanted to say something. I have one more thing to talk about, but that'll take me a little bit longer, I feel. But I wanted to say something about the shirt I'm wearing. So this is a company that was founded by two Winonans, and Haley and Scott. And Haley is actually a knitter. She comes into the yarn shop and gets help and gets yarn, and yep, she's very, very nice. But they have this clothing company called Nice Minnesota. People from Minnesota have this like stereotype of the Minnesota nice. They're very outgoing and friendly, and just overly nice to everybody. And it's honestly kind of true. So they've kind of played up this thing about the nice Minnesota, and they have some really cool clothing products. They have kids clothing, men's, women's, sweatshirts, t-shirts, all sorts of things. So I'll put a link down at the bottom for their website, and if you're interested, you should go check them out. It's really cool. Okay, so the second thing I want to talk about is really exciting. So I've been hinting for the past couple of weeks about a project I'm doing that I can't tell you about because it's a new pattern design, and it's not being released until Friday, this upcoming Friday. And while I'm filming this on Tuesday, I think I'm going to do the editing and everything, but not publish it until Friday morning. So that when you see this, the pattern will already have gone live. It will be available for purchase on Ravelry, and the yarn that it's knit out of will be available for purchase as well. This yarn is dyed by the one and only Lisa of Three Sisters Fiber Company, and she also works at Yarnology, the yarn store in Winona. And this is a special colorway that we have kind of collaborated on, and she has dyed up for the shop. It's debuting this weekend, Friday, for our Southeastern Minnesota Yarn Shop Hop. And that is called Yarn Venture. I was just going to give you the information if you're interested, but you're probably watching this as it's happening. It does go Friday and Saturday, so if you're local and you didn't know about it, it will be happening Saturday the 24th. Yes, so Friday and Saturday the 23rd and 24th from 9 to 6. And I will put the link down there just in case someone is watching this and they want to go on it on Saturday. But This yarn will be available exclusively at Yarnology. It will never be dyed again, and it won't be sold anywhere else. And we have limited quantities, so once it's gone, it's gone. It will probably, there will be more available after the shop hop, but we get so many people coming through that we don't want to guarantee it. So yeah, once it's gone, it's gone. But I got to do a sample for it. I'm so excited. This is, the inspiration behind this was just bright, colorful, fun summer days. Being outside, being by the pool or the river or the lake, or having water gun fights and water balloon fights, spending time with family, grilling out. I mean, I just feel like this colorway and my shawl kind of encapsulate, oh yeah, it's a shawl by the way, my project encapsulate this feeling of summer days spent outside with friends and family. At least that's what I wanted to encapsulate. I think the yarn does a pretty good job too. But I will show you, move my coffee. Ta-da! Isn't it gorgeous? Okay, so first let's focus on the yarn. This yarn makes me so happy. These colors, I mean, don't you just see like, I don't know, I see a kiddie pool in the middle of the yard and a sprinkler running and kids running through it and sitting down with some lemonade and grilling some hot dogs, the sun shining, the grass is green. Oh, I think it's just gorgeous. And it's so soft. This was done out of, or this particular yarn is a 75-25 merino and nylon. It's a fingering weight, and there was 464 yards in the skein. You can do it with any fingering weight yarn. You need about 450 yards, just about, maybe a little under. I had a little bit left over. But yeah, this shawl was specifically designed for the yarn and for Yarnology. But again, you can buy it on Ravelry, and you don't have to knit it in this particular yarn. But the pattern's name is called Running Barefoot. I love it. So it's a crescent-shaped shawl. It starts at the top. I'll just zoom in on that for you. It starts at the top, increases out, and the motif that's in there, this little pattern design, I don't know how subtle that is with the variegated yarn, but this elongated stitch is thrown in there every few inches until you get to the end, and then there is a picot bind off. Let's show that. I think you can see that. I can't see it, but you can. Yeah, so it's nice and big. I'll put it on quick. Actually, I haven't put it on yet. And just have it draping around my neck. It's so light and airy. Oh my goodness. It matches my shirt. So that's what it looks like around your neck like that, with the points in the front. And then if you want to wear it like a traditional shawl, it just kind of drapes really nicely. And because it's a crescent shape, I feel like it kind of hugs your shoulders really well and just sort of drapes down the sides. So this would be really pretty in a solid color too. You'd be able to see that elongated stitch a little more. I would love this for summer nights if you're going out somewhere and you just want a little bit of something on your shoulders. It's just so nice and light with that little picot. That little picot gives it a little bit of class, in my opinion. But yeah, so I'm so excited to show you guys that. I'm so excited for it to be on display at the yarn shop. I hope everybody likes it and knits it and likes knitting it as much as I liked designing it. Like I said, it'll be on Ravelry by the time this comes out, and I hope you all go and check it out. I think that I will be doing a giveaway. I've been thinking about this for a while, and for a lot of you, you are not able to get to Winona, to get to our yarn shop, and to buy this yarn. And I thought, since I was able to knit this sample, and eventually this sample will come home with me, so I don't need another skein of this. I already knit my project out of this beautiful, amazing yarn, and I want someone else to have the opportunity to knit with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a skein of this in the authentic sock base, which is the 75-25, and I'm going to donate a copy of my pattern and send out the pattern and the skein of yarns that you can, so that one of you can knit this shawl if you'd like to. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. You obviously don't have to knit the shawl. If you think that this would make incredible socks or something like that, you can save the shawl pattern for something else. But if you want to have a shawl in this yarn, then that'd be really cool. So yeah, so look for that. I will have a thread open on Friday for that giveaway, and you'll basically just have to answer a question. I'll come up with the question too, I'm not really sure. Probably something about summer, although everyone does like your favorite summer memory or something like that. So I'll try and come up with something interesting and unique. We'll see how I do. But anyway, go on Ravelry, go under Driftless Knitting in the groups tab, and look for that prompt, answer it, and then I will pick a winner probably in 2 weeks. And the reason why it will be 2 weeks from now is because I am going on vacation. A real, true, honest-to-God vacation. Like traveling somewhere, driving in the car for a million hours, going to places I have never been before, and seeing things I have never seen. I'm so excited. We are driving out to Utah, a few family members and I, and spending a few days in southern Utah, then driving up to Salt Lake City because my oldest cousin on my mom's side is getting married. Yay! So we are going to go out for that, and we've just extended it into a long family vacation pretty much. We haven't had a true vacation with, my parents and my sister, and now with her little guy in years and years and years, since we were in college, I believe. So it will be really good to spend a very long period of time with them. And yeah, and my stepdad, my mom, and I are all the three of us are driving out there. Jill and Nate and Ronan are flying, but we are driving, and I love road trips so much. I'm leaving in like 3 days, but I'm picking out my trip projects that I'm gonna knit and having a lot of fun with that. Although I don't know if you guys do this too, but I feel like I need to start new projects when I go on vacations. It's like I have a couple that I could bring, but it feels almost like an event or something. Like I have to start something new and have that be my road trip project. I don't know. But I might bring like one that I'm already working on and then something new, just so I don't run out. I don't know. I'm not sure how much knitting time, besides the car time getting out there, I'm not sure how much knitting time I'll have, but you never know. I really don't want to run out of things to do. I want to be able to knit as much as I want to, so yeah. I'll let you guys know what I decide to do. I'm going to take some video while I'm out there and do some vlogging. My mom has asked me to teach her how to knit while we are out there, or while we're driving too, probably. So I might record a little bit of that, see how she does. I'm sure she'll do just fine. So that's going to be really fun. And then just, yeah, seeing all these new places and going to some parks and doing some hiking. I'm sure I'll have a lot to share. So keep an eye out for that. It's very exciting. And then by the time I podcast again, which will be like, let's see, 1, 2, 2.5 to maybe even 3 weeks from now, we'll see. I don't want to say 2 weeks because I'm just going to be getting home at that point. So it might be 3 weeks from now. Hopefully I will have a lot to show you. A lot. Cross your fingers. So I'm just glad I got to finally show this off. I mean, I was working on this for a good, week and a half straight. And I felt so bad that I felt so lame. I couldn't show off hardly any knitting. But now you can finally see it. I'm so excited. Yay. Okay. Wow, only 28 minutes. Wonder what else I can talk about to fill up the space. Although you guys are probably like, oh, thank God. Well, last week was kind of a short episode too. So, yeah. Am I watching any new podcasts? Let's see. No, just catching up with some. Catching up with the Grocery Girls. Again, they had one come out a couple days ago. Catching up with Katie. I still think I have maybe 2 to catch up on. I just saw that the Hey Sister podcast put out a new episode, so I'm super excited about that. I'm going to probably watch that tonight while I'm getting some good quality knitting time in. And I'm still trying to catch up on the Babbles Traveling Yarn podcast, Grace's podcast. I really, really enjoy watching Grace. She has such interesting things to talk about because she travels so much. And where I'm at right now, she just got back to Ireland, which I'd love to go to Ireland someday. But she had, oh my gosh, she had an episode, it was like a vlog episode when she was in Tasmania about the wildlife rescue that's there. And I was so, it's like a long episode. It's like an hour long. It flew by. I so enjoyed watching that. I felt like I was there the entire time with her, and just these well-spoken, amazing people that are doing this work out in Tasmania to save some of the species of animals that live out there that aren't doing so well, just from various factors. So interesting. I loved that episode. I almost want to go back and watch it again because there's just so much to learn about these animals that, yeah, I so enjoyed it. So anyway, go check her out if you haven't yet. Go check out Hey Sister, Katie of Inside Number 23, Grocery Girls. I recommend all of them, all of the above. They're fantastic. Once I get finished with Grace's podcast and caught up with all my others, I will be in need of a new one. So yeah, I'll be on the lookout. If you guys have any recommendations, let me know. There's a handful that I already watched, so there's a few that I've been hearing a lot about, and I should check them out too. But yeah, I would love your recommendations about new or not new knitting podcasts, ones that I should catch up on and watch that I've been missing out on. So, yay! That's about it. Cool. So stay tuned to my channel. Look out for some vlogs popping up there. Look out for my Instagram. I haven't lately, but in the past I've done a lot of the Instagram stories, which in a way feels like vlogging, and I really like that. So make sure to check that and check out my feed. I'll be posting probably pictures, knitting in the car pictures, driving through Nebraska pictures because that takes forever, driving across the country, stopping at cool places hopefully and seeing new things. I'm very, very excited. So I'm also hoping, I think we're going to try and stop in Denver for the day. Or not for a day, but for like a few hours and then maybe stay the night there. And I'm really hoping to get to Fancy Tiger Crafts. Oh my gosh. I've been hearing about them forever. So to be able to go there, I think would be incredible. I've never been to Colorado, so I'm excited. So yeah, wish me luck, and next time I see you, I'll have tons of knitting to talk about. Tons! And in the meantime, go enter the giveaway on the Ravelry page. Go check out Running Barefoot. So exciting. So thank you so much for watching. If you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. I really, really appreciate your support. And if this is your first time watching my podcast, sorry that the knitting content is kind of low. And then I sort of, talked about random things for a while, but I hope you come back and I hope you subscribe to my channel. And if all of you could give me a big thumbs up, I would really, really appreciate that. So thank you. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.